Who's the dumbest criminal you've ever seen? My ex-boyfriend kept harassing me for months after we broke up, showing up at my work and following me home. I filed restraining orders, changed my locks, even moved apartments, but nothing worked. The police said they couldn't do much unless he actually hurt me. I was terrified and felt completely helpless. My friends kept telling me to get a security system, but I was already broke from moving apartments twice. I was working double shifts just to afford the new place, and I thought maybe he'd finally give up and leave me alone. Every car that drove by made my heart race. He would leave flowers on my car with creepy notes about how we belonged together. Sometimes I'd find him sitting in the parking lot of my apartment complex, just watching my windows. I started using different routes to work and shopping at stores across town, but he always seemed to find me somehow. My coworkers had to walk me to my car every night. One night around 2 a.m., I heard someone trying to break into my new apartment. I grabbed my phone and hid in my closet, heart racing. Through the crack in the door, I could see it was him. He was drunk and stumbling around, knocking over furniture and screaming my name. I was shaking so bad I could barely dial 911. He was saying the most horrible things about what he was going to do to me. I could smell the alcohol from across the room, and he kept bumping into walls like he could barely stand up. I remember thinking this was it. He was finally drunk enough to actually hurt me, and there was nowhere left to run. I could hear him breaking picture frames and throwing things around. While I was whispering to the dispatcher, I heard him in my kitchen going through my drawers. He was slamming them open and closed, looking for something. Then I heard the worst sound possible. He found my knife set. He started yelling about how if he couldn't have me, nobody could. I thought I was going to die in that closet. The 911 operator told me to stay hidden and keep the line open. She kept asking if I had another way out, but my apartment was on the 3rd floor. I could hear him getting closer to my bedroom, and I was praying the police would get there in time. Then suddenly, everything went quiet. No footsteps, no yelling, nothing. I thought maybe he was trying to trick me into coming out. The silence was almost worse than the screaming because I had no idea where he was or what he was planning. I held my breath and pressed my ear to the closet door, trying to hear anything. My hands were cramping from gripping my phone so tight. After what felt like forever, I heard him screaming in pain from my kitchen. Not angry screaming, like he was actually hurt. Then I heard this loud crash, and more screaming. The dispatcher asked what was happening, but I had no idea. I could hear him moaning and cursing, but I was too scared to leave the closet. When the police finally arrived, they found him passed out on my kitchen floor in a pool of blood. Apparently, this genius had tried to intimidate me by waving around my biggest kitchen knife, but he was so drunk he tripped over my coffee table. When he fell, he landed on the knife and stabbed himself in the leg. The paramedics said if he'd hit an artery, he could have bled to death. The cops arrested him right there